Hi, welcome to Racket Social. I'm Dax. For someone who's been to London 4 times, it took me a while to get it right. The first few times, I completely avoided any kind of public transport just because I wasn't comfortable with it. I live in the suburbs of Toronto and driving is the primary option. I'm not proud of it, but that's the way it's worked out. Through this video, I really hope to give you an idea as to how you can avoid some of the mistakes that I made and at the same time save some money, time and energy. So let's get on with it. Our journey begins at Toronto Pearson for a 7-hour flight to London Heathrow. I had a good window seat and couldn't resist recording the beautiful English countryside as we came into land early in the morning. Once you pass the airport formalities, the first decision is how to stay connected. Do you need a physical SIM or an eSIM? My go-to for the past 2 trips has been a prepaid eSIM from Airalo. It's so much easier than swapping physical SIM cards. And here's a pro tip. You could find affordable weekly packages that start as low as €4. Unlike my previous trips where I take a taxi, this time we caught the Heathrow Express. It's fast, comfortable, and takes you non-stop directly to Paddington Station. The Heathrow Express is cheaper than a taxi or an Uber, which can cost anywhere from £70 to £100. The train is £25 per person at the airport. But here's a huge pro tip. If you purchase your tickets online 30 days in advance, you can get them for as low as £10. That's a 60% saving. Arriving at Paddington Station is an experience in itself. If your hotel check-in isn't until later in the afternoon, this is a great place to freshen up and grab a bite. The station also offers a left luggage service where you can store your bags and get an early start on exploring the city. Now that you've arrived in the city, how do you get around? London offers 3 main ways: by road, by tube, and by water. While we are on the topic of storing your bags, Victoria Station also offers similar luggage facilities, and it's conveniently located just a short walk from Buckingham Palace. When it comes to your stay, London has endless options. From high-end hotels with incredible views like the Shangri-La at the Shard or the Marriott County Hall, to boutique hotels, hostels, and Airbnbs. Since we were a group that included a baby, we chose an Airbnb in the Bayswater area. It gave us the space and flexibility we needed, with a full kitchen and a comfortable living area to relax in after a long day of exploring. Now let's talk about the best ways to navigate this incredible city. For most, the best way to get around is the tube. London's underground network is extensive, with zone-based pricing and a daily cap on how much you can spend. For zones 1 to 4, that's currently £12.80. Access is easy with any contactless card or mobile wallet, so you don't really need a dedicated Oyster card, which comes with a £7 fee. I found Google Maps gives perfect instructions for navigating the system. A great pro tip: not all stations have escalators or elevators, so if accessibility is a priority for you, be sure to look for the step-free tube guide online. Of course, you can also travel by road on London's iconic red buses. They offer frequent service and it's the cheapest way to see the city as you travel. Just remember, for buses, you only need to tap in, no need to tap out. And for a unique perspective, you can travel by water using the Uber boats, which function like a water bus service along the Thames. Which brings us to our first day of sightseeing. Seeing the city from the water is my favorite way to get a feel for its layout. The Thames River Cruise gives you an unparalleled view of landmarks like the London Eye, Big Ben, and the Houses of Parliament. Another way to see the city is to jump onto one of the hop-on hop-off buses offered by many bus operators in the city. I use my Wise card as my contactless payment option to get the best exchange rates. Before we get into the attractions part of the video, I'd like to mention that London's a big city. It's unlikely that you will cover everything you want to see in one go. I tried to structure this video in a logical order so that you can minimize backtracking and you can cover most of the things included in this video in a 2 or 3 day visit. And by the way, if you like the video so far, I would request you to subscribe and provide us feedback through your likes and your comments. Your subscriptions really help us a lot. The area around Westminster is the historic heart of London. You have the iconic Big Ben, the sprawling Houses of Parliament, and right across the square, the magnificent Westminster Abbey, the site of royal coronations for centuries. It's a vibrant area, always buzzing with people, and the walk across Westminster Bridge offers some of the most famous photo opportunities in the world. Continuing our journey east along the Thames, you pass under several bridges, each with its own history and character, like the pedestrian-only Millennium Bridge. Now, a common point of confusion for first-timers is the difference between London Bridge and the Tower Bridge. The modern London Bridge is fairly plain, but as you pass under it, you are treated to the spectacular view of the iconic Tower Bridge. We were incredibly lucky to witness a truly unique experience, seeing the Tower Bridge open to let a tall ship pass through. It's a marvel of Victorian engineering and a fantastic sight to see. Just next to the bridge is the Tower of London, a historic castle with a rich and often grim history. And in the distance, you can see the famous dome of St. Paul's Cathedral. I had covered both of these on previous visits, so we didn't go inside this time. But they're absolute must-sees for any first-time visitors. For our second day, we started where the royalty lives, Buckingham Palace. A pro tip: the famous changing of the guard ceremony typically takes place at 11 a.m. on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, but always make sure you check the schedule online. From the palace, we took a beautiful stroll through St. James Park, which leads you right to another iconic spot, Trafalgar Square. And from there, it's just a short walk into the heart of the West End, taking in the energy of Piccadilly Circus and the world-famous shopping on Regent Street and Oxford Street. And now for one of London's best kept secrets. For an incredible free view of the city, head to the Sky Garden. It's a lush public garden at the top of a skyscraper. But here's this crucial tip. Admission is free, but you absolutely must book your time slot well in advance as they fill up quickly. The panoramic views from the top are simply breathtaking, looking out of the Tower of London, the Shard, and all across the city. Just across the river from the City of London is a Shard, and right at its base, the incredible Borough Market, a paradise for food lovers with stalls offering everything you can imagine. The sights and smells here are just amazing. It's a perfect place to grab lunch or just wander through and sample the local and international delights. After exploring the market, you're right at the foot of Western Europe's tallest building, the Shard, which is also home to the modern London Bridge station. And now for another pro tip. If you're contemplating an upscale dining or drinking experience with a view, you may want to try the Gong Bar at the Shangri-La Hotel in the Shard. There's a minimum spend of £30 per person, but the views are simply unparalleled. It's a fantastic way to mark a special occasion. You get a bird's eye view of the entire city, watching the trains and the boats move below. It's a perspective of London you're unlikely to forget. For a third day, we explored one of London's most charming neighbourhoods, Notting Hill. Famous for its colourful houses and as a backdrop for the movie of the same name. It's a wonderful place to just walk and get lost. It's full of lovely cafes, bakeries and classic pubs. Notting Hill is right next to Kensington Gardens and Hyde Park. Here we visited the beautiful sunken garden and saw the exterior of Kensington Palace. And just a short walk from Hyde Park is the world's famous luxury department store, Harrods. Now, another pro tip. While most things here are unaffordable for the average tourist, the spectacular food halls on the ground floor are absolutely worth checking out. Of course, no trip to London is complete without experiencing its pub culture. Unlike in North America, pubs here are mostly self-service. You order your food and drinks at the bar, and you'll usually need a table number for food. While fish and chips and sausages and mash are classic fare, many pubs have innovated to serve incredible international cuisine. But London's food scene goes far beyond pubs. It has some of the best Indian food outside of India, with 26 Michelin-starred Indian restaurants in and around the city. From famous spots such as Quailon, Trishna and Dishu to hidden gems, you're never far from an amazing meal. Just a quick tip, a service charge is often already included in your restaurant bill, so an additional tip is not expected. London's a city you can visit again and again and still discover something new every time. And that brings us to the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.